Hey everybody, Crystal aka Yona is here, and I'm going to answer these awesome sauce questions that you sent in to me via Twitter and my blog and email. I'm not answering every single one I got, but I will make sure that if you sent me a question, that I will answer it for you. So I will go ahead and get started here. How tall are you? I am 5'1", but at the doctor's office, since they see I hate that stupid little measuring tape so much, they always give me an extra inch to make me feel better. um, are there more divas your size? I want to become one, but I'm not super skinny, and I don't think I ever will be. Um, I really don't know how to answer that because I don't think I'm that big. Uh, I think my BMI is really healthy, and like if you want to say over 130, then I would say Karma Bull Nakako ODB I think is over 130. But thickness, I'm about Mickey James size and probably like up here, you know, I probably have bigger ones than most of them that, I mean, mine aren't fake. I don't think most of theirs are fake, but still, um, yeah, my waist and stuff is just, it's not that important really. That's one thing I want to state to people. Skinny does not equal healthy, and fat does not mean unhealthy necessarily. Like, and I say fat in a way that, like, someone likes to be heavier and they eat a lot more just so they are bigger. Because, like, there's sumo wrestlers that are really healthy, but, you know, they're big. So, you can be beautiful and not weigh 100 pounds. You can be healthy and not weigh 125. I mean, for women, it's like a huge image issue, and for male wrestlers, even, don't worry about your size. Just work with what you got, make those fans love you, and tell management that you are going to point A, and you're going there no matter what they say, and you'll be fine. Why are you trying to be a wrestler? You might get hurt. And there's a little frowny face in the email. No shit, Sherlock. I have gotten hurt. I've dislocated my shoulder. I have scars from barbed wire and steel chairs, and you know, the ropes always bit you a little bit here and there. Bruised. You know, I'm gonna get hurt. I realize that, but I love it so much that it just does not deter me at all. It doesn't deter me. You remind me of Miss Elizabeth with Luna Vachon. I didn't see this. But why not manage someone to a championship instead of wrestle for one yourself? Wouldn't you have more success? You know what? Yeah, honestly, the sad truth is that in the major companies, I would have more success as a manager than if I was a wrestler, for the most part, unless I got some really lucky. Um, but that's actually a huge compliment. Thank you. I didn't know if I had that much personality, and Miss Elizabeth, like, I can't even touch how beautiful that woman is. I don't know. I'm flattered. I really am. I just don't think I'm anywhere near that level. But thank you so much. I guess I have her patience and I'm quiet sometimes, but then I go Vachon crazy and beat the hell out of people. You know, even my own wrestler, if they would start trying to break the rules, and if it was another wrestler I liked, like, say I was managing, I don't know, Wade Barrett, and he tried to hit Sheamus with a steel chair, I take that steel chair from Wade Barrett and hit him with it. Like, hell no, you ain't doing that, buddy. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a crazy manager sometimes. I can throw curveballs, but I would love to be a supporting role for somebody. It's 2 out of my 3 years in the business, in the independent circuits, I actually was a manager more than a wrestler. So, you know, I handled travel arrangements. I actually cooked for them. I made sure they had time for their family. I reminded them to do stuff. I helped them when the crowd was too loud for hand signals and vocal uh, codes for wrestling moves. So, I mean, we worked like a really good team, and I would love for that opportunity to come by again. I really would. As long as I can have some mixed tag once in a while and just some singles competition, even against a man, you know, I would be more than happy to be a manager and help someone get to the big championship that women probably can never get in most companies. Are you a girly girl or a tomboy? Well, I know I look like a girly girl because of all the nail polish and crap, but I'll put it this way. I love camping without amenities, which means no water, no electricity, no blow dryers, no mirrors, you know, no makeup. Maybe a tiny bit of makeup sometimes. I won't completely deny that. But, I mean, I dress for comfort, for protection. I bring only what I need. If I could just take a horse up into the mountains and pitch a tent and have my fishing rod and some cooking supplies and a bow and arrow and just be out in the wilderness, no texting, no cell phone, email, and shit, I would stay out there for a weekend and give a fuck. Like, I would not give a fuck about anything happening around me back in the cities or suburbs. I would be happy just where I was. So, if that answers the question a little bit better, so be it. Who are your favorite wrestlers? I answered that already in Monday Night Carlos podcast. I will link it below for you. But I can go through just a quick few that I may not have mentioned on there. I love Fabulous Moolah, Mae Young, Tajiri, Taka Michinoku, obviously Undertaker and Kane, Sheamus, Bad News Barrett, which will never be bad news for me. I hate to say it to him, but he's never going to be bad news for me. So that's a few of them, but I do have a lot more on Monday Night Carlo that I can link. When was your debut? If you mean my manager debut, that was March 30th, 2009. That was for my birthday. And we got to the arena, and it was a big surprise to me. The wrestlers and all the fans, like, they had 3 cakes set out. And it was the coolest thing in the world. I got to be a manager for the night, and we all got to eat cake together and perform together, and that was his present to me, be my manager. And then it blossomed because the fans liked me so much, and I fit the role really well. I took my manager's lessons, took bumps, learned how to do everything. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I got into management. And then wrestling, because I had started taking a lot more bumps, they saw that I had some kind of ability in the ring. So they let me go take my hardcore training for wrestling. And I mean, I was doing frog splashes, which are not very comfortable when you have these cheeky thrusts, okay? That freaking hurts. I was getting just knife hand chopped and body slammed, and I was falling backwards, and I hate falling backwards on my own. And jumping off the top rope, which scared me because I'm afraid of heights. But I did my wrestling training, and then there was a freak snowstorm, and 75% of our roster could not come. And he said, Crystal, what was his name? Jeff. He said, Crystal, get in there, because we can't do this without you being there. We have nobody. We need 3 matches, which we can't fill. So we need you to do a small storyline to help fill up one of those matches with 3 of the guys, and then we need you to have a match. And this indie circuit was a little bit different because they did a lot of mic talk if they couldn't fill up a match, which I don't know if others do, but we did. So I got in the ring. I was scared to death. I shook before I went out. I shook all the way down the ramp, and I shook while in the ring. I was afraid I was going to hurt the poor guy. My God. It was the scariest, the happiest moment of my life to finally get in the ring like that. I was afraid nobody would like me, and everyone just reached their hand out, wanted you to give them a high five. They wanted to pat you on the back. They cheered. Once they heard your name, they would cheer your name. And it was such a great crowd that night. It made me feel absolutely at home, and there's absolutely nothing in this world like that. Nothing like it at all. Oh, I did want to go back to the management thing. You know, it's not an easy job. I just want to reiterate that one more time. It is not easy. Please don't think you can just go in there and look pretty and prance around in some kind of skin tight dress. That's not what it is. If you do it right, you have a lot of responsibility. You gotta make sure you don't overshadow somebody. The marketing is difficult. Trying to get certain storylines, even if that's part of your job, is very, very, very difficult. Trying to get them to a belt is a pain in the ass. So do not think you can just walk in there with big tits and ass and think, I'm just going to go and make tons of money and be super popular. That's not what it involves. Get your head out of the clouds. Alright. Why are you called Yona? Why not just be called Crystal? I was called Crystal for a while. I'm called Yona because my friend's Cherokee dad, he asked me if I had a Cherokee name yet, and a few of the guys at the arena said my bear hugs hurt like a motherfucker. I was shocked to hear that. Yeah, but and then he's like, yeah, you maul people like a bear, so Yona. I'm gonna call you Yona, and that should be your ring name. And the promoter liked it, and my partner liked it, and it stuck with me throughout the rest of the time I wrestled, and then through the rest of the time I managed until I had to quit due to having to go home and take care of a family member 24/7. So that's ultimately what ended my 3-year career there, which was off and on. Was that my family got sick, I couldn't finish my bachelor's degree, I couldn't pursue wrestling anymore, and the person didn't even appreciate it. They constantly, just they liked ruining my life pretty much, and she made sure to do so. So people were upset that I had to leave, and that's filling in the next question: why did you quit? Because this person that asked why did you quit was a big fan, so I owe that to you. You weren't there that night apparently. I had to because of family circumstances, and I got tricked into taking care of somebody for years that didn't need it. So that's what happened. Being a nice person sucks sometimes. Oh god, this is hilarious. What is your worst nightmare in terms of who you could travel with in WWE? Anybody who likes drama. That includes baby mama's drama, baby's daddy drama. I don't want to hear any of that shit. Vegetarians. I love to eat meat. Cow, fish, snake, squirrel, rabbit. I love meat. I'm sorry. People that are crazy about their diet. I'm gonna eat ice cream all the time. Like, I love ice cream. And that's why I'm a little thicker. I eat healthy, but I love my ice cream and my coffee. And I'll be damned if you're taking any of those things away from me. I'm not one of those little prissy girls that forces themselves to only eat like 3 leaves of salad when I go out to eat and stuff. Like, I eat ribs. I get like a big plate of honeydew melon and stuff, and I eat until I'm full, and then I stop. But when I sit there and be all cutesy with my little grapes and my little finger foods, I eat. And I can't stand people that are so delicate with their diet that they freak out if I eat more than 2 carrots. And then anybody who can't fish, who hates reading in libraries, and doesn't like hiking at parks. Because in every city I've ever gone to on the wrestling road, I went to the library. After I took a nap, of course, I went to the library, and then I would go to a park, and then I would hit up a restaurant that was unique to the area. Well, unique, because nothing's truly unique. But yeah, any of those things, do not want to travel with. That would be a nightmare for me. An absolute fucking nightmare. which wrestlers have you met? I have met Scott Hall, or Razor Ramon, which, if you're ever watching this, dude, congratulations, big time on your induction this year into the Hall of Fame. Round of applause for you. I met him when I was little. I was like really bitty. And he was on a motorcycle, and I don't know where I was. It was some kind of parking lot. But he said hi to me, and I was with my friend Lisa, and I said, no, don't talk to him. He's the bad guy. And I remember saying that, and I kick myself in the ass now. I'm like, girl, you should have talked to him. You should have said hello. Damn. But yeah, I saw him when I was little, and Big Show, don't pull the guy's finger, regardless of if he lies and says he won't fart. You're a lying sack of poop, man. You are a lying sack of poop. Don't pull Big Show's finger, but he gives good hugs. And Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels gives great hugs. He's a really cool guy. You gotta talk to him about hunting and stuff. Hunting is like a big thing for him, apparently. At least it was at the time, or he pretended to be. And then John Cena, of course. A lot of people have met John Cena. I talked to him for a few minutes, shook his hand. Really cool guy. Regardless of how stale I think his character gets sometimes, he is a great dude. And I haven't met people I wanted to meet yet, like Undertaker. Undertaker, I hope I get to meet him soon, because some point he's not going to be there anymore. And that saddens me, because my dream match, which is another question, my dream match is against him or Mick Foley. And if I never get to meet either of those two dudes, I'm going to cry and cry and cry and cry until I drown the world. Okay, the whole world is going to be flooded. No, it's going to need another arch. Definitely. Okay. How many languages do you speak? I heard you speak over 4. I do. Besides English and sign language, not including those 2, I speak 11. And I'm not going to go through them because people are going to start asking me questions in those languages. I will tell you now, since I did not use them a lot, it's kind of like you use it or you lose it. I can still have a 5-minute conversation. I'll probably sound like a toddler, but I'll have a conversation. I can do recipes and cookbooks. I can read basic instruction manuals, ask for directions, flirt. Flirting is a very fun thing for me in another language. I can write short stories, maybe like 1,000 words and stuff like that. So flash fiction, I can do that. But yeah, I speak 11 plus English and sign language, so 13. What do you think is going to be the most exciting thing happening in this WrestleMania? I really don't know exactly what would be the greatest. For me, it's going to be great seeing The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar go at it. At first I was a little skeptical and I didn't really want to see it again because I've seen them battle it out so many times. And it's like, I want something fresh, like Sheamus versus Undertaker, or, God, I don't know, Vince McMahon versus somebody, I don't know. Just something different. But then I thought about it and I'm like, hey, that's a pretty cool idea. So yeah, I think that's going to steal the show. I am excited to see how Bray Wyatt does. I think he's going to pull off some amazing stuff. Dolph Ziggler, if he gets his Intercontinental title shot at WrestleMania, that would be amazing. I swear to God, if they don't have a match with Dolph Ziggler in it right now, the dude has talent. He needs to be in there. Sheamus, if he's not in WrestleMania, I'm going to be disappointed. But I think my highlights and the greatest things happening, most exciting, would be Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, and second for me would be Bray Wyatt just being the crazy son of a bitch that he is, wreaking havoc on John Cena. I think that's going to be super awesome. Of course, Kane's always good. I love Kane, but I don't think his match is going to be as exciting for me unless they really, really pick it up. Oh my gosh, why did I write this one down? I'm just going to finish with this one because I'm going to be too embarrassed to say anything else. Who do you have a crush on in WWE or TNA? For Pete's sake. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and get it out. In TNA, for the longest time, I had a huge crush on Abyss. Oh, that's embarrassing. I hate talking about anybody I have a crush on. Uh, and Chris Sabin. I liked Chris Sabin a lot. Jay Lethal. Yeah. Especially when he started being Black Machismo. I always thought Macho Man Randy Savage was very handsome, and then he had like all the attire on, and then Jay Lethal started doing something similar. I'm like, you were already finer than hell, and now you're really fine. So yeah, I have a crush on Jay Lethal too. In WWE, Kane. I'll just put it out there, Kane. The guy is a freaking super genius, and he's not that bad to look at. Um, Undertaker, I've had a crush on him since I was a little kid, probably 2 years old. um, man, I don't want to say anymore, but I gotta be brave here. I have a super big crush on both Bad News Barrett and Sheamus. I said it. I said it. Oh. And Mick Foley. don't judge me. I love Mick Foley. He's so scruffy and he draws comics and fucking awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I have a crush on all those people. But if you can talk about a girl crush, like just someone I idolize and would like want to do whatever they do and would ask them how I looked and really care about it, it would probably be if Beth Phoenix was still there, or Natalia, or Tamina Snuka. Like girl crushes, like little cute, um, idolizing sort of things. But the men, definitely all of those. Haven't gotten to meet most or any of the people I really like. So hopefully someday I get to. And if you need Hall of Fame date, I'm just shitting with you. I know you would never ask somebody like me. But yeah, those were, I was finished up with that, so I'm really embarrassed now. Those are the questions I wanted to answer. Thank you so much for sending them. If you want to keep sending more, I will do another question and answer session in a couple of weeks. I'm very flattered that people actually gave a shit enough to ask me things again. You're awesome. Thank you. And I hope that you have a wonderful day and stay healthy. And I hope you enjoy what I write and post. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, it's me. I'm going to add 2 more things that I didn't add before. I got my composure back. The first one is, when is your birthday and how old are you? I am going to be 25 years old on March 30th. I know I look younger, but I'm not. And the second question is, why are all these WWE superstars marrying divas? Is there no hope for the rest of us? I'll put this as gently as I can. You might just not interest them. The women that are on the road with them, they see them all the time. It's probably, I bet you they love them. They love each other, but it's also a convenience thing. If you're always on the road and you never stay in one place for very long, if someone else does the same exact thing, they're going to be more understanding of when you can't do things with them. And they might be more understanding of if you snap at them for something that happens at work, because wrestling is not easy business to be in. So it's a very physically and mentally tiring business, and a fan would have no clue what we go through. So if you're on the road, you're going to need somebody that understands you, even if they stay at home. You're going to need someone that really, really, really understands you. So, that personally caused me and my tag team partner a lot of problems when we were out. I lost a relationship, and then he lost, God, how many was it for him? Like 2 or 3? It was the time problem. My ex didn't like me wrestling men. He didn't like me interacting with my fans. He didn't like the attention I gave the other kids that came to see me instead of like his little cousins and stuff. Me being stronger than a man, that can cause a problem. I would like someone to be stronger than me. It's a ton of different variables that are that's a pain in the ass. So it's not you probably. It's just it's more of a they want to be understood and they need things to be a certain way. So it's probably not anything to do with you. There probably is hope for you at some point, but I wouldn't stay after just to try picking one of them up. I wouldn't stalk any of them. I wouldn't spam any of them on Twitter or Facebook or emails. I wouldn't try asking them out in a fan letter. They're busy enough. They don't need that kind of mess going on. So that's pretty much what I have experienced with that and what I think. So correct me if I'm wrong. But that's all I wanted to add now that I had my composure back. And I hope you have a very nice day. Bye.